630-415-5296. That number again, 630-415-5296. Or just Google, I want the IRS off my ASS.
Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this hour of the Shaun Thompson Show is sponsored exclusively by DonleyAuctions.com. They need your guns. Sell for top dollar. DonleyAuctions.com.
From the streets of Melrose Park to the trading floor of the Merc, he's fought for every dollar he's ever earned. And now, with personal liberty and our system of capitalism under assault in America, he's here to seize back our rights from the government. With a cigar in one hand and a copy of the Declaration of Independence in the other, he's Shaun Thompson. And this is the Shaun Thompson Show.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag.
The minute
red, white, and blue.
I got this clip, the minute I heard this,
When the band plays Hail to the Chief,
governor of Illinois, who's built like every lesbian in Oak Park, open his mouth.
I didn't raise property taxes, as you know. It's local governments that do that, and there are a lot of lines on your property tax bill that indicate what units of government are doing that. You need local governments to decide they are going to lower or at least stop raising property taxes.
He's a victim, as all Democrats are during an election year, which is why I said, why is this handsome son of a gun, VP of Lending at Team Hochberg at Atlantic Coast Mortgage, who has helped secure over $15 billion in loans for Americans, for Illinoisans, help people achieve dreams, understands right and wrong and fundamental economics, and has been arguing against not just Crooked County, but so much of what the Democrat mafia has done to the country. He's also the favored customers at Maury's Big and Tall. David Hochberg, how are you, sexy?
Good, man. Fundamental's a big word. Don't worry about it. Just keep working on it. You'll get it.
I'm trying to light a cigar. I'm out of matches. I got one burning. I got a lot of things going on, and I'm about to talk to a guy who I know is eating. However, I am watching the tale of two worlds. Listen to me. Commercial has spiked, and since the last two quarters, 36 to 43% where I am. Commercial. Residential.
Commercial real estate in Florida?
Spike. You can't find nothing, Mo. Everything is either, it's crazy what's going on. Crazy, crazy. But I've also been watching the luxury market over the last 4 months. It spiked 30%. What stagnates are the areas that always stagnate. But the reason it's spiking, and it's, by the way, it's spiking on the East Coast as well, commercial, luxury, it's because all the people are fleeing. The New Yorkers, it used to be Pritzker was the broker of Florida. It turns out now it's this Mendamny and Hochul. But I'm telling you, people are running here. You know, Gavin Newsom's, I told you when his in-laws bought, they live a mile away from me in Proft. It's insanity what's going on. And this is always what happens, right? The tale of two worlds. But when you look at what's happened in Cook County, and now the property taxes, did they get the bill? They still didn't get the bills out, did they?
They have not gotten the bills out. That lying Cook County president that, it's all fixed in February right before the election, right? And then after she was elected, about like 8 weeks ago, comes out, we're not going to, the August tax bill will be late. And she said it'll be out by September 1st.
Well,
my sources said you got a better chance of having bats fly out of your ass than that happening.
Well,
so
she secured the nomination. She's still got an election, right? Not that. Is there a Republican even running?
Yeah, she's got an election, but please, who knows? The teachers union alone puts her in. So it's ridiculous. The people at Cook County, I did everything I could.
Yeah, you did.
To support Brendan, and not enough people felt the same way I did, and now we're stuck with her for another 4 years probably.
I didn't help you with that, Brendan Riley, though. I did not help you. I was at Moss in Elmwood Park. You came there with a film crew, and the guy made the mistake of coming up to my table. It was fantastic. You would have loved it. However, the reason I feel this way is because to me, the idea and the ridiculous excuse of, well, I have to run as a Democrat because the people are too stupid to vote for somebody who's not. This is not going to get better until people recognize exactly what happens. It is a bankruptcy trajectory and loop and fraud. But there seems to be a tremendous amount of excitement around the mayor's race. What do you predict? Give me the predictions of our once great city, now a ghetto.
There's like 40 people running. Who the hell knows who's running? I guess Julius is going to announce tomorrow in Bronzeville or something. You got the old comptroller, Menendez. What's her name? With all her videos. You've got Mike Quigley out there. You've got
Mendoza.
the guy, Mendoza. You got Mike Quigley, the state, the congressman. Mike
He's
Quigley.
great.
It was like
He's
there's
great.
like 8 or 10 people running. I don't know if Vallis is getting in again. Who the hell knows?
Well, what's funny is that nobody, aside from the lovely girl, I think her name is Carter, she's running as an independent, which is close to a Republican. But it's fascinating to watch the limp-wristed campaigns of Illinois Republican. I mean, it's just amazing. It's amazing. And I don't know where Pritzker's lookalike, stunt double, where is Yogi Bear? Anybody happen to see Darren Bailey? Have you seen him?
Oh, God, please. He stands. Oh, you know who else is running? Maria Pappas is probably going to announce that she's running too. Here, all this does is water the field down and helps that piece of crap that's in there now, Brandon Johnson. That's all it does. It waters it down. Okay?
Can I ask?
And he's going to. That's what happened last time. Less than 18% of the voters voted for this piece of garbage. It's destroying the city.
So what's going on with short sales? They have to be. It can't be everybody just taking a haircut. I mean, are short sales back and are they strong again? Are banks panicking? I mean, it's been forever since institutional buyers avoided Chicago. What are they doing?
Here's what's happening. I talked to a guy this morning. Ran into him at a coffee shop. He listed his place in Park Ridge. Take it easy. I had
How
an
was
egg
the
McMuffin
cheesecake?
at the coffee shop.
All right, go ahead.
I know you were. So take it. I felt it coming. So shove it.
Go ahead.
So he comes up to me. His realtor listed his condo, his 2-bedroom condo, for $549 in Park Ridge. It sat there for 7 months, not a bite. Hired another realtor, dropped it to $399. Okay, so they came back at like $385. Okay, so this is where the market's at. It's not. You don't got 10 people lining up outside your door anymore. Okay, it's not Park Ridge. Okay.
That's not a
Main
good sign.
South School District, great schools, right? I mean, no, it's a great time to be selling a property because school started in 2-3 weeks. You want to get your kids in.
Oh, and you got Pazza
Right?
di Pizza, the best Italian restaurant in the suburbs, right there.
It's right there.
But Park Ridge, you have to understand when we talk about this, you and I understand. It used to be you couldn't even get the listing in. You had 5 guys trying to buy it. So when you see
100%.
when you see good neighborhoods and what's going on in the real upper echelon, what's going on in Tony Glenview and some of the other Northbrook and Glencoe and all, what's happening with that?
You still got 3-4 people lining up out the door for a single family house. I got a guy 2 blocks
You do?
away from me. He's got one in. I know you're thinking that would decrease the price of the house, but he's got an offer in for like $950, right? And it was a multiple offer, and he got the deal. So the properties are still moving, but rates are up, Shaun. Rates are up 0.75 of a point since we started bombing Iran again. And the Fed Chair Warsh holding the rates steady yesterday. The bond traders didn't like that. The bond traders see inflation. They don't like inflation, and they want higher yields for their money. So we always talk about what the biggest misconception. The Fed's control interest rates and mortgage rates, and all because the Fed dropped the rates, mortgage rates should go down here. The Fed kept the rates sideways yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to mortgage rates today? They're up 1/8 of a point. Okay, the 10-year bond closed yesterday at 4.63 or 4.68. We were in the threes 8 months ago or 6 months ago when we started bombing Iran. So it dipped down when we signed the memorandum of understanding, which was you can wipe your ass with. And then, we had a little bit of a lull for 30 days. We started dropping bombs 3 weeks ago. Rates are up 0.5 to 0.75 of a point. So, listen, we can't do anything about it. You just got to quote the rates that come out. But the market, the bond traders, which govern mortgage rates, did not like that the Fed did not raise rates yesterday.
Well, first, and then the other shoe dropped. It just didn't make a sound yet, and that's this ridiculous nature that you bar institutions from buying real estate, brother. You want to talk about destroying areas like Illinois? I mean, I don't care where you are, and you talk about now. Did you see Oak Park? They got rid of you can't zone single family anymore. Did you see they passed that yesterday or the day before?
Oh, they passed that?
They passed it. Now, I think it's one more hurdle. So now you've got the backdoor multifamily of what used to be decent neighborhoods. What do you think that looks like? I mean, my point is, listen, you can take bad times. We've all been through bad times, right? But if you are now putting up barriers for the correction of bad times, well, then you're not going to get good times. So if you see this, and, we're talking about areas, and you said 2 blocks, you 940, and everybody said, well, that's not bad. But, inflationally adjust the money 10 years ago, congratulations. The guy just got $600,000 for it. Yeah. $600,000. It's $600. It's what you got. Yeah. You might say $950, but 10 years ago, it's your $600,000 is $950 today. So these are not good indicators. And when you have different areas that are showing opposite, you're seeing a separation of societies, a separation of politics. It's always politics. This could all be corrected without the politics of these morons who pretend we're going to go back to the Daley years when you could tolerate the scumbags. You can't. I honestly want to know what you're doing with your business. Have you thought about, you do a lot of stuff outside of Illinois, but are you one of these guys now that are going to be fleeing? I'm curious. Like me?
No, my wife. No, I built this gigantic, ridiculously house that I got enough room in the back to bury me because that's where I'm getting buried. I told my wife we should move. She's like, you'll move without me, and I'm just like, all right. I considered it for a minute, and then I thought how much money that would cost me, and that's not. Plus, I love her too much. But here, I will tell you this.
See what he did there, Squirrel? That's
Oak Park.
That's a pro. Yeah.
Hold on, Oak Park, right? You get what you deserve in Oak Park. You knew what you were getting with all that liberal BS in Oak Park, right? And in Evanston, I had dinner with a buddy of mine, my urologist yesterday, by the way. He told me that my prostate felt like flowers.
What are you, Pete Silvestri? Your best friend, your urologist? Cough.
No,
go ahead.
We went over to EJ's over by Old Orchard, right?
Well, why not? He's had your junk in his hand. The least you could do is buy him a sandwich.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And my wife's. He's my wife's urologist too. So. He's in Evanston. He's conservative in Evanston, and he's just like his head spins off when he's like, you won't believe what they did now. They built a school.
Yeah.
They passed a referendum not to build a school. Then they build a school, okay, and now they don't have any money to run both schools that they have. So now they want to shut one of the schools down. That was perfectly fine, and they want to put up affordable housing around the corner from his $1 million house. I'm just like. Yeah, that you live in Evanston. What do you expect? They tried to pass that crap here in Northbrook, and we shot it down.
Yeah. Well, Evanston's on a suicide.
It's so ridiculous.
Well, and people don't realize how they sell it. Listen to this.
The debate over housing is front and center tonight at West Suburban Oak Park. The village is considering a plan that would end zoning for single-family only homes. Supporters say this could create more housing. But critics worry it could change the character of their neighborhoods.
Now, do you know what that's called in Florida? I don't know what it's called in Illinois or Oak Park, but you know what it's called in Florida? A cell sign.
Stupid move. That's what it's called.
This is going to be interesting, right, as you expand the Section 8 housing and as you expand welfare. And you've now have states like our own or my old and your still that are now doing this for illegal aliens. So it's going to be a very interesting change in fluctuation. And I'm curious to know how it turns out in politics. Now, were you running for something or were you going to run?
No, our village president in Northbrook is so horrible. She talks, she said in January that Northbrook Court is dead. Okay, she did a State of the Village speech in front of in the library in front of all the business owners and residents, and she said, "quote unquote," Northbrook Court is dead. We have over 130 acres, I believe, of prime real estate on the North Shore, and our village president is up there saying that it's dead. And our village manager just resigned. Thank God, she's a disaster. Lied to my face on multiple times, and she resigned, and we gave her a sweet package going out the door, and she came from Oak Park, right? So they want to turn all the different communities into Oak Park and Evanston. If I want to live in Oak Park and Evanston, I buy a house in Oak Park and Evanston. Okay, I don't want to live in Oak Park and Evanston. That's where I live in Northbrook. And if the people in Oak Park, right, beautiful homes there, right?
Oh, I got a friend of mine. Listen, I got a friend of mine, and he's very smart guy. Very, very smart. And he's been there for years and years and years. And the money that they are paying on what's the beautiful homes you're describing It is so unmoored from any reality. I mean, you've got people paying $80,000 a year in property. Are you
real
out of
estate
your
taxes? Yeah.
Real estate taxes. Are you out of your mind? And you know what happens is you erode the guy who's not a trust fund billionaire, because the trust fund billionaires pay no other taxes. They only pay those taxes, which is why they don't give a rip, because they're on dividends and kickouts. But when you are working, you could be very good at your job, and very few people can afford that without it affecting them negatively. And then to get out of those estates, it's not what it was. It's not even close. So, to me, I want to fix it rather than say, oh, everything's going to be, but it doesn't appear on the horizon. Anybody else wants to fix it.
Can I just break it down into the simplest forms for your listeners who might not understand what we're talking about? You're in your own community, and you're living in single-family houses. What these rules mean is any schmuck could come in and buy the single-family house next to you and put up a 6-unit building.
Bingo.
Okay, that's I'm going to break it down as simple as possible. Anybody could come in on a single-family house. Okay, so if you're selling a house for $500,000, okay, and a developer comes in and offers $550,000 and you're selling it, what are you going to do? You're taking the $550,000. What's that developer going to do, Shaun? He's going to sixplex it, right?
Exactly.
He's going to put up 3 units. He's going to put up 200. He's going to put up 3 stories, one each story. He's going to sell each one of them off for 250 to 300 G's. Do the freaking math.
And it's more diabolical because he'll do that with grants and sweetheart loans. That's the other thing. He's not doing it the way regular developers do it, because they're incentivized now to spread the cancer of nobody paying their rent, nobody paying their mortgage, people getting, and at the same time, Pritzker somehow magically gets, $70,000 for a couple for down payment assistance. All you're doing is destroying the people who are not on the plan. That's all you're doing.
Right. And so what does that do? Okay, so that takes your nice community where homes are going for $300,000 to $500,000. Now they're selling.
What, did we lose you? Hold on,
right?
Yeah, the phone broke up. You got a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Cream cheese.
Sorry. So,
don't worry.
So it's not cream cheese. It's you're such a. So they like a $300,000 to $500,000 single family house, which is just a regular normal house, Shaun. It's nothing special. That's what houses are going for. Okay, they're going to drop your single family house, okay, on your 110 by 80 if you're lucky, right, or maybe 110 by 50, and pop up a 6-unit building there with no parking, because in the new guides you don't need parking anymore. You'll park on the street. Okay, it's so ridiculous. It's like beyond stupid. Okay, and the only people that think it's great are the affordable housing people, right? And government officials who don't do what we do and understand. We move into a single-family neighborhood because we want single-family house, right? With space in a backyard. We don't want to have six units going up or 5 units going up. It's ridiculous.
But if you just step back and you look at the difference in how things have changed, the mores of this society, where what government was supposed to do was take people who were moving from those very same areas trying to get out and go out to the suburbs and have these little houses with the white picket fences. Now you destroy it. So you know who it'll benefit, though, David? I'm going to tell you right now, it'll benefit the guys in Elmwood Park, my buddies, because they're not going to do it. Elmwood Park is definitely not going to do it. So now you've taken the area that was okay. It's a great area. It's still well run to a certain extent, and you've given them the exclusivity of single family homes. So they don't even understand the ramifications. All you're going to do is destroy Oak Park values, and you'll strengthen Elmwood Park and maybe even River Forest. But River Forest won't be long. They hate money in themselves anyway. So it's interesting to see what's happening, and it can all be corrected if David Hochberg would just run, Forrest. Run. I'm dead serious. You should be the guy running. You absolutely should. You're one of the few people who have helped people achieve dreams. You also understand the principles of what makes real estate valuable and how to lower taxes. Because all the reasons I said to you early about Florida and the housing spikes that are happening, firming up of all of it, it's all attached to politicians fighting to lower property taxes. Well, in Illinois, they make excuses as if they're victims. I didn't raise my taxes. Pritzker never paid any taxes anyway. It's about what the goal is, the plausible deniability that these Democrats are taking as they pretend to run like me and you when they're not. So dust off the spikes and get in the game, Forrest.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I got you down for a $10,000 donation. So
I think that's illegal, but I will have to get my wife and somebody else, maybe a couple of kids to do it. Don't worry, there are workarounds as I'm learning.
Yeah. Carlene's in for $5. Don't worry about it.
56david.com. You want to give out the number?
Yeah, 855-563-2843 or 855-56David or go to 56david.com is our website. And if you got any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. And real quick, can I just take a shot at Rocket Mortgage real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, so one of your listeners calls me. He's got $120,000, 60 G's on car loans, and he's got 60 grand on SoFi and Best Egg loans, those consumer loans.
Yeah.
He's paying over two G's a month on the 60 on Best Egg and SoFi, and another $2,000 on his car loans. Okay. So then on top of that, Shaun, he's got 130 G's in credit card debt. To boot, okay. Yeah. So this guy
got a stripper problem?
G's in debt.
What the hell's going on?
He's got kids and, he's at school and everything else. So the long and the short of it is, he calls up Rocket Mortgage because he woke up and fell out of his bed and hit his head on his credenza there, and calls him up and they quote him 12.15% with $3,600 in closing costs on a 20-year amortized loan. Okay, which is it's like giving you a suit for a tall guy, right? It's the wrong size. It doesn't make sense. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
okay? I'm like, what are you doing? Right? So I connected him with Consumers Credit Union. He's taking out a HELOC. We're making absolutely no money on it, right? And he's saving like $1,000 to $1,500, not going into their 20-year fixed loan, $3,600 in closing costs at 12.15%. And then he's going to use the money that he's saving to pay off his credit cards faster. So if you want to get drilled by Rocket Mortgage, call him, please.
Well,
and then
the other thing you do,
do
that nobody else does is you let people understand the advantages of if you do have a 401k before you're 59 and a half. The tremendous benefit if you're 50,000 in debt, borrow the 50 dimes, which is the limit on your 401k, pay off the debt.
Yep.
Fix the debt at 6% versus 26%, increase your credit, and then you give them the loan at a much better rate. You were one of the only guys that even understood that, these morons that are out there selling money. So that's why I'm a big fan of David Hochberg. That and the fact you won't eat off my plate, which is a big benefit because you'll eat my fingers. And I love the fact that you still invite me every once in a while to watch the guys slap the puck around, which is the only sport I'll ever watch.
Okay, we got 88 back, baby. It's going to be fun again. You're
I already
welcome.
got. I know it's not me. It's the old lady. Call him up. I want to go to the game. I said, all right, I'll do it. So here we go. That's why you got on.
Calls me already when you're down in Florida. I already get that call. So don't worry.
It's nothing but the best thing you can do for my marriage is show up naked to my wife. It'd be the best thing to ever happen for me. So please do. Thank you very much, there, Snowman. I appreciate you making time. Have fun with your.
Fest is coming up. Don't forget. Shaun
and you're going to be there, right? Yeah. And by the way, I'm so glad you bought urologist dinner after the appointment, because if you did it before, it's called a date. Thank you very much. We'll be back with your calls and comments.
He will never negotiate his constitutional rights with the government. Live free or die on the Shaun Thompson Show on AM 560. The Answer.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang.